Greetings, hunters. Today's seminar, though brief, will introduce a niche topic of Enigmorph study. Previously, we discussed the ECAS device, the HHC's main method of capturing and transporting Enigmorphs. I have read over your questions from that seminar, and I want to assure you that all these questions will be answered in due time, if not immediately. If you are unable to attend the previous seminar, or if you have missed any of the lectures preceding this one, I would ask you now to quietly excuse yourself from the lecture hall, so that you may ensure a complete understanding of the subject matter that will be discussed here today. The full library of our Enigmorph orientation seminars is available for repeat viewing at your discretion. Now then, in regards to the questions raised during our previous seminar, further elaboration of the ECAS device, its applications, and proper conduct will be provided at a later date. However, I will now quickly address some of the simpler questions to give you a fuller picture of this essential topic. The first and most asked question was, will additional Enigmorph storage be provided to hunters if they exceed the limit of their ECAS device? The answer to this is yes. Enigmorphs can be transferred remotely from your ECAS device to a communal Enigmorph storage device at HHC headquarters. This communal storage will be discussed in more detail at a later date. Another question frequently asked was, can hunters carry more than one ECAS device with them during field expeditions? The answer to this question is no. In order to regulate the power one is granted upon carrying several extra-dimensional beings in a 9-inch tube, we limit all HHC members, including our highest-ranking agents, to a single ECAS device. When working with creatures like Enigmorphs, checks and balances must be in place to ensure no abuse of power. A final, less common question was in regards to the bismuth itself. Can bismuth be used to capture an Enigmorph without an ECAS device? Yes. However, it requires a great deal of setup and a lot more time. Before the founding of the HHC, Enigmorphs were imprisoned in bismuth using an ancient ritual that could bind the creatures to the metal. This is still practiced by some, but for our purposes, an ECAS device is simpler and more effective. To reiterate, those questions and more like them will be answered in greater detail during a later seminar. For now, we shift topics towards a subsection of Enigmorph classification that is sure to confuse as much as it informs. For those of you who have a background in the natural sciences, you may have some knowledge of animal classification. Please bear with us, as you may have received this lesson before in your natural history studies. During the Dark Ages, alchemists and medicine men wrote of miraculous plants that could grow any number of curative herbs. To this day, their primitive records of medicinal botany has retained most of its academic integrity. We know that plants like mugwort, mandrake, and sage all possess some manner of beneficial substance, though not everything these healers understood about our world is still considered factual. Among their arcane scribblings are reports of animal plants, anomalies that blur the line between beasts and bushes, like the fabled Tartar lamb, which was said to be a plant that could bear live sheep in place of fruits. They called these animal plants zoophytes. Skip ahead to just over a century ago. Carl Linnaeus divided the natural world into 3 kingdoms in his System Naturae: rocks, plants, and animals. This was the beginning of a more intricate understanding of our planet and the life that we share it with, and it was after this basic model that the system of classification we use for Enigmorphs was structured. As science has progressed, so too has our understanding of the natural world, and this groundwork has been built upon by the most brilliant scientists of our time. In his series of scientific papers, Linnaeus describes a composite small organism with both animal and plant characteristics. He called this marriage of the plant and animal kingdoms the zoophytes, and the antiquated term was given new meaning. Jump ahead to the present day, and this term is still used to describe such animals as the coral, the anemone, and even some fungi. While its application in modern science may remain a point of some disagreement across the academic community, we at the HHC have discovered what most scientists would agree to be the textbook definition of a zoophyte. I'm sure that many of the world's most brilliant minds would love to learn of these creatures' existence, but of course, like all enigmorphs, the following information is known only to the ranks of the Hunter's Hope Club. Consider yourselves extremely privileged. Recall now your lectures on enigmorph typing. All nascent enigmorphs, that is, enigmorphs that have only just corrupted from commonplace earthly material, can be categorized as having either corrupted from the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom, or the kingdom of the dead. Very rarely does a nascent enigmorph fit more than one of these categories. However, the zoophytes, as they are called, have left HHC scientists unsure whether they have corrupted from plants or animals. Therefore, each of these similar entities have been designated both the Flora and the Fauna type. Additionally, each one of the zoophytes seems to demonstrate a unique set of abilities that have earned them an additional type. We will explore each of these bizarre enigmorphs now. The first of these enigmorphs to be discovered was designated Zoophyte Alpha. Just one moment. Forgive me. Before we continue, please excuse me for just a few moments. Yes, I appreciate the irony of me asking you for a recess. I hadn't scheduled one for today's seminar, but something urgent has just come up. Stay here. I will be back shortly.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. Hope you guys aren't too busy. Seems like you have a minute, which is perfect because I have something I want to tell you that shouldn't take more than 60 to 90 seconds. Some of you may already know that all of the illustrations I've done for the Enigmorph project can be found on my Unveil page. What's Unveil? Well, Unveil is the sponsor of today's video and an amazing site for creatives to share their work and immerse themselves in a community of like-minded peers. Unveil is anti-AI art and never NFT, with the goal of inspiring and motivating creatives to continue on their journey and build their character and story portfolios. If you're tired of social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter that make it difficult for illustrators to share their work, I highly recommend hopping over to Unveil and creating a portfolio. Here you can easily find other artists and they can find you. Nothing is more important to an artist, whether you're a professional or if you just do it for fun, than a strong community. Unveil has got over 150,000 creatives all looking to connect, share their work, and improve as artists together. Read up on other artists' work and get the conversation going through the comments and through daily rotating questions of the day. You can upload your own OCs, organize them by world, and even include information about the character that only their creator would know. I love to use it as a way to organize all of my Enigmorph content. It's sort of like a digital Lexia Nominatus. I can color code each Enigmorph page, sort by corruption cycle, and rearrange it whenever I feel like it if I need to make a change. If you're looking for the artwork that you see in these videos, be sure to check out my Unveil. And if you'd like to join the Unveil community of artists, storytellers, and creatives, Unveil is 100% free to use, and it's available right now. Thank you to Unveil for sponsoring today's video, and now I gotta split. Enjoy the rest of your seminar.
Apologies, everyone. No need for alarm. Everything is fine. What? No, I said a few moments. I didn't specify exactly how long I'd be gone, and therefore could not be late. That's why I'm a professor, and you're all students. Learn from me. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, zoophytes, specifically Zoophyte Alpha, a stable Flora, energy, and Fauna type enigmorph. The designation zoophyte refers to several similar enigmorphs that defy the HHC's conventional typing system. Zoophyte Alpha was the first of these anomalies to be discovered and named, and to this day scientists still cannot agree if it was corrupted from plant or animal material. Anatomically, it is not like any living organism, though it bears a resemblance to prehistoric invertebrates of the ancient Cambrian seas. Its body consists of muscles, organs, and a nervous system, but from its body grow extremities that contain chloroplasts capable of converting sunlight into energy. It has no mouth, so scientists agree that it must derive all of its nutrients from the sun's rays. It can also redirect this energy into concentrated beams that it discharges from the organ on its back. Notable abilities include limited flight, surprising speed, and a weaponized ray of light that can burn through most materials. This is Zoophyte Beta, a stable Flora, blight, and Fauna enigmorph. The largest known zoophyte, Zoophyte Beta, has baffled HHC scientists for years, not only due to its indeterminate origins, but due to its sheer size. Normally, enigmorphs of this scale pose significant threats to human populations. Reports of massive, impossible beings are quickly responded to by HHC field agents and dealt with before they get out of hand. Zoophyte Beta, however, was able to evade the attention of the HHC and the general population for decades. They burrow the lower halves of their bodies beneath the soil, grounding themselves with massive tentacles that can absorb nutrients out of the earth. However, their main sustenance comes from living prey. Animals of all sizes, including humans, will fall into the massive maw of these bizarre enigmorphs and be digested. Their great leaves are actually muscular fins that can be controlled individually, like flat tentacles. Notable abilities include the generation of earthquakes, massive tentacles that can lift over 5 tons, and corrosive stomach acid. This is Zoophyte Gamma, a stable Flora, Fauna, and metal type enigmorph. Like the other zoophytes, it is unclear if Zoophyte Gamma corrupted from a plant or an animal. Because they are most commonly found in conservatories and greenhouses, the conclusion has been drawn that they are some amalgam of the animals, plant life, and inorganic materials that comprise these indoor gardens. They are incredibly placid enigmorphs, floating gently and without sound from plant to plant as if searching for something. However, despite having a digestive tract, they prefer to get all of their nutrients from the soil. They extend their root-like tendrils into the earth, extracting nitrogen from decomposing organic matter. They can feed like this for weeks on end, often becoming a fixture in whatever garden they have decided to call home. Notable abilities include exceptional stealth, long tendrils that can reach and grab, and an iron exoskeleton that can deflect bullets. Though only 3 of these zoophytes are currently known, it is more than likely that others exist. As field agents, you are encouraged to report any discoveries that may contribute further to the mystery within a mystery that is the zoophyte family. That concludes today's seminar. If you have any questions regarding the information presented here today, and I sincerely hope you do, please write these questions down below in your notebooks. I'll be sure to address your curiosity as soon as possible.
So that's it for today's video, guys. I know normally I do a whole spiel here where I discuss my process and talk a little bit about, how I came to these visual conclusions that you saw in today's video. Unfortunately, I got to make this video kind of quick. I'm on sort of a tight deadline as I'm traveling in a couple of days, and I have to have this done and shipped. So for now, I'm going to hold off on the explanation and the time lapses and everything, but I'm thinking about doing another Q&A video pretty soon. And if you have any questions regarding my process, specifically about illustrations and the size of the Enigmorph project that are outside of, the actual world, things that I can answer out of character. Leave those questions down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer those in an upcoming Q&A video. For now, though, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. We're going to be doing more of this Enigmorph stuff pretty much for the foreseeable future. And thank you so much to our Patreon supporters and channel members. Our newest exclusive video just went live. The next one for March will be done before March is over, I promise. That poll is available to Patreon supporters and to the channel members right now. So vote on that for what we're going to do in the next video. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.